Imagine sending a single email that changes the direction of your business, not because it goes viral, not because it reaches millions of people, but because it lands in the inbox of one decision maker who replies with two simple words: "Let's talk." That conversation turns into a client worth $10,000. It sounds rare, but it happens every day. The surprising part isn't that companies spend five figures on freelancers, agencies, or consultants. It's that most people never learned why some cold emails open doors, while thousands of others disappear without a trace. High-ticket clients can transform a business. Instead of chasing dozens of small projects just to pay the bills, one quality client can provide stability, confidence, and room to grow. Yet many people assume cold email died years ago. They believe inboxes are too crowded or that decision makers ignore unsolicited messages. The reality is different. Businesses are still searching for people who can solve expensive problems. If your message clearly communicates value, cold email remains one of the most effective ways to start those conversations. The challenge isn't getting noticed, it's earning attention in a world full of distractions. To understand why companies pay $10,000 or more, you have to stop thinking about hours and start thinking about outcomes. Imagine two consultants. One promises to work 40 hours each month. The other promises to increase qualified leads by 30%. Which one sounds more valuable? Businesses don't invest in effort, they invest in results. If solving one marketing problem could generate hundreds of thousands of dollars in additional revenue, paying $10,000 suddenly becomes a logical business decision rather than an expensive purchase. High-ticket pricing isn't built on confidence alone, it's built on measurable impact. But that's exactly where most cold emails go wrong. Picture the average inbox of a CEO. Every day, dozens of emails begin with the same predictable lines. "Hi, my name is John. We are a full-service agency with years of experience." Within seconds, the reader already knows this message isn't about them, it's about the sender. Long introductions, generic templates, vague promises, and weak subject lines blend together until every email looks identical. The result isn't rejection, it's something even worse: complete indifference. If your email could be sent to 1,000 different companies without changing a single sentence, it probably won't resonate with any of them. The best cold emails succeed because they understand human psychology before they understand marketing. Attention is earned through relevance. Curiosity is created by mentioning something specific about the recipient's business. Trust develops when you demonstrate that you've done your homework instead of copying and pasting the same message. People naturally respond to those who understand their challenges. A personalized observation about a company's recent product launch or a genuine compliment about an improvement they've made instantly separates your email from the crowd. It tells the reader that this conversation was meant for them, not for everyone. Trust grows even stronger when you support your claims with evidence. Imagine receiving two emails. One says, "We're experts who deliver amazing results." The other says, "We helped a software company increase qualified demo bookings by 22% over 3 months by improving its outbound messaging." The second email feels believable because it replaces empty promises with specific outcomes. Social proof doesn't need to be dramatic, it simply needs to reduce uncertainty. People are far more comfortable taking the next step when someone else has already benefited from your work. So what does a framework for landing a $10,000 client actually look like? It begins long before you write your first sentence. Instead of emailing every business you can find, identify companies that already have the budget and a problem you can realistically solve. Research their website, recent news, social media activity, or hiring trends. Those clues reveal where they're growing and where they might need help. Next comes the subject line. Forget clever tricks or clickbait. A short, relevant subject often performs better than something flashy. It should create curiosity without sounding deceptive. Once your email is opened, your first sentence should immediately prove you've done your research. Maybe you noticed a new service they've launched or an opportunity they haven't fully captured. That single observation builds credibility faster than paragraphs describing your background. After identifying a challenge, explain how you would approach solving it. Keep your explanation simple. Nobody wants a complete strategy inside an email. They only need enough information to believe you're capable of helping. Then include one brief example of a previous result or experience that supports your credibility. Finally, end with a low-pressure invitation. Instead of asking for an hour-long sales meeting, suggest a short conversation to exchange ideas. Small commitments feel easier, making replies far more likely. Of course, one email rarely closes a five-figure deal. That's another misconception beginners often have. Most positive responses happen after thoughtful follow-ups, not because people enjoy being reminded, but because busy professionals miss emails every day. A respectful follow-up isn't annoying when it adds value. Perhaps you share another insight about their business or mention a relevant industry trend. Persistence, when combined with professionalism, often makes a difference between silence and opportunity. Even then, expectations should remain realistic. Response rates vary depending on the industry, the quality of your targeting, and the strength of your message. Some campaigns may produce only a handful of replies out of hundreds of emails, but if one of those conversations turns into a long-term client, the entire campaign can deliver an extraordinary return. Cold email isn't a lottery ticket. It's a process of testing, learning, improving, and building trust over time. Every campaign teaches you something new about your audience, your offer, and your communication. In the end, landing a $10,000 client has very little to do with secret templates or clever sales tricks. It's about understanding what businesses truly value. Companies don't wake up hoping to buy another marketing service. They wake up hoping to solve expensive problems, reach ambitious goals, and outperform their competitors. When your email shows that you understand those priorities and that you have a credible way to help, you stop being another stranger in the inbox. You become someone worth talking to. And perhaps that's the biggest lesson of all. The most successful cold emails aren't really about selling. They're about starting meaningful conversations. Master that skill, stay consistent, keep improving with every campaign, and the next reply that changes your business might already be waiting in someone else's inbox.